summon and appear without fail.
These people made their mind on Friday or maybe even Thursday after the meeting here not to come to the COSASE meeting.
We are going to issue summons today for the CEO of Uganda Airlines to appear here tomorrow without fail.
COSASE chairperson Joel Senyonyi says all deliberate moves meant to frustrate the committee accountability roles will not yield results as long as the committee is still in line with its mandate.
All these are games you people are playing to run away from public scrutiny. That's the feeling that I get, you know, and that's why you choose to inform us right now when we are already ongoing. I now see a letter by your board chairperson saying, look, you know, we want to come, but please let the media not come. This is
the Auditor General's report not only pins Uganda Airlines for causing numerous losses to the taxpayer, but also for indulging in irregular procurement deals. The committee will also meet the Minister of Transport, General Katumba Wamala, this Thursday, and the other officials from Ministry of Finance.
It is in that capacity that we are going to have Mr. Conwell Mulea tomorrow, and the CEO of Uganda Airlines had better show up tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we will have the Ministers of Works and Transport and the Minister of Finance.
The inquiries into the mismanagement of Uganda Airlines, according to the Auditor General's report 2020-2021, will continue tomorrow, Wednesday, with the former CEO of the Uganda Airlines, Conwell Mulea, expected to appear. Susan Naung and Gloria Gwitabinji reporting for UBC TV.
Meanwhile, Uganda Airlines has been selected to host the African Airlines Association General Assembly in 2023. The summit is expected to attract different players in the aviation sector from all over the world. Works and Transport Minister General Katumba Edward Wamala also met the Secretary General of the African Airlines Association in Entebbe, who had come to check on Uganda's readiness to host the summit.
Uganda, through the national carrier Uganda Airlines, will host the General Assembly of the African Airlines Association, and this comes as a boost to the country's growing aviation sector.
I think through AFRA we can guarantee the world that we have very safe skies, and through AFRA we shall also be able to address issues of unhealthy competitions between our airlines, sometimes which is counterproductive. We don't need that. We need instead to promote connectivity, linkages, working together, building systems and building partnerships, as opposed to unhealthy competition. So I know AFRA will bring all that to the table, and we are really looking forward to having this. But we have talked about the poor trade within the continent. It's true.
The African Airlines Association is the trade association of all airlines on the African continent, and it was founded 54 years ago with the primary purpose of facilitating cooperation between African airlines. African Airlines Association's General Secretary Abdurrahim Bath, who was elated by the strides attained by Uganda so far in the aviation industry, highlighted the strategic objectives of the association and how Uganda can benefit.
Faction, advocacy, cooperation, and also data intelligence. We have 5 strategic objectives. The first one being safety and security. The second one is to increase the visibility of African airlines in Africa. The third one being the sustainability of African airlines, cooperation and data intelligence.
During the General Assembly, players in the aviation sector also expected to revive talk on the actualization of the single African air transport market, an African Union project aimed at improving connectivity on the African continent.
African airlines have not been profitable for many years. You can count the few ones which are profitable. It is because the operating environment is high cost. And on our projects, we are trying to reduce costs for airlines or to increase revenues for our member airlines.
With the aviation sector being hit hard by the associated effects of COVID-19, lasting solutions of recovery, including partnerships to cut costs, are expected to be fronted during the assembly. Samuel Senono, UBC News in Entebbe.
Now, rationalization of government agencies, commissions, authorities and public enterprises could be delayed by the process of repealing some laws which require parliamentary consensus, since some agencies like NITA-U were created by an act of parliament. Minister for Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, says merging these institutions has commenced with those that do not require revisiting the law. Take a watch.
The arrangement by government to merge agencies, parastatals and commissions with the aim of creating efficiency, rationalize payments of public servants and reduce the cost of administration has been misunderstood for creating unemployment in the country. Minister for Information, Communication Technology, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, says the Constitution gives executive authority to the President and merging government agencies is an executive function meant to improve service delivery.
The assurance we want to give the civil servants is that this process is not aimed at purging out civil servants, no. It's just aimed at cutting costs and also improving the efficiency within the government. And like I have said, it's not aimed at causing unemployment. So as many as the workers who are in these agencies will be absorbed in this rationalization process. So there should be no cause for fear. The only thing which will happen is that we shall rationalize the pay also. So some people, the pay might be adjusted to correspond or be harmonized with the pay of those they find in the ministries.
NITA-U will be merged with the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. However, merging NITA-U in the Ministry of Information and National Guidance requires government to write a bill to repeal the law that put NITA-U in place.
If now the same government says, no, now we want the functions and services of NITA-U to be provided under the ministry, we are now going to write a bill to repeal that law. And once we concur with the Parliament, NITA-U will be, the act will be repealed. We shall be coming to Parliament to bring these bills in order to complete the process. Delay the whole process will be how fast or how slow Parliament handles the bills which will be tabled before it.
UNRA can also discharge its responsibility of procuring contractors under the Ministry of Works and Transport. Some of the agencies have outlived their functions and government is reorganizing them to perform better. However, the President, while meeting NRM Parliamentary Caucus members last week, emphasized only profit-making agencies will be given boards.
Please, no board where there is no money making. If it is a government parastatal making money, yes, we need a board because the government ministers don't have time to go and supervise it.
I'm Nafka Farida and Stephen Kalisia in Kampala.
Now, over 142 million Ugandan shillings has been recovered in the express penalty tickets default operation that started yesterday. Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Commander Rogers Nsereko says out of 1,024 tickets issued, 1,022 were paid as others willingly walked to Central Police Station to acquire tickets to pay the money.
It is the second day of the express penalty ticket operation. Police in Kampala Metropolitan has recovered over 142 million shillings in the ongoing operation to catch express penalty ticket defaulters.
42,810,000. Yes, that's the money we collected yesterday. So we expect it to either remain around that much or a little bit more than that today.
The express ticket has a 28 days expiry date that attracts a 50% surcharge. Some of the defaulters requested for the tickets to have their cars cleared.
And we issued 1,024 tickets. And out of those tickets that we issued yesterday, 1,022 were paid, so which was really good. And then we also had people who were just walking into police stations and demanding to be given their tickets. They left their cars somewhere and then came and were requesting to be given their tickets, which was also a good thing. Just here in CPS alone, 120 people came and walked in and demanded to be given their tickets.
Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Commander affirms that nobody will dodge the exercise to recover government money.
The operation is going to be on until when our drivers realize that we are serious and they start, being more responsible and more, you own up. You need to own up for your mistakes, because we issue these tickets because of the offenses you commit on the roads. Those disciplined ones don't have any tickets awarded to them.
There are several offences, including overloading, invalid driving permits, with the penalty charges ranging from 20 to 200,000 shillings. Miriam Womcha, UBC News.
M10 Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the M10 Kabode Super easy.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung in the balance. Hospitals were full. We lost loved ones, jobs, and hope. Our children couldn't study anymore. We cannot let this happen again. We should not go back. Get fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and join the millions of Ugandans who are already vaccinated.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using 2 Gabonais. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
My name is Nyamgisha Abigail Lillian. I'm a malaria champion. The mosquito transmits a parasite that has caused a lot of harm to us. It is the cause of malaria that has killed many Ugandans and contributed to poverty. I appeal to families to prevent mosquito bites, close windows early, spray houses against mosquitoes, use mosquito repellents, sleep under long-lasting mosquito nets, and prevent mosquito breeding areas around. Together, we can achieve a malaria-free Uganda.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health and National Medical Stores.
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show, because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed, and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
It's a full-time job to be a great parent or guardian. The decisions we make impact their lives forever, and getting a birth certificate is one of the most important ones. All you need to do is get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from the hospital where the baby was born, or from the sub-county chief in case it occurred at home. Go to the NERA offices in your area and present the notification record, copy of parent's ID, and bank payment slip of 5,000 Ugandan shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. Fill NERA Form 3 while there, and a birth certificate will be issued to you. Please note that birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. For more information, visit the NERA office closest to you or call 0800 211 700. This message is brought to you by NERA.
Cooking with electricity is now affordable. Cook your beans. Avoid smoke.
Sayaka. Cooking with electricity is now so affordable with the Fumba tariff set by the Electricity Regulatory Authority. With the Fumba tariff, you can now buy up to 70 units of Yaka at a reduced price of 412 Uganda shillings per unit after consuming your first 80 units of the month. For more information, contact the Electricity Regulatory Authority on 0200 506 000.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us. My name is Kiijanangoma. Ruchiga district officials are in distress after losing the district prime land to an individual. The land, measuring about 7.5 acres, was awarded to a one Alfred by court as compensation in Ruchiga sub-county over the destruction of his tree plantation by the sub-county chief. Now, as we hear from Philip Aguta, district officials say loss of the land will affect infrastructural development.
The conflict started 7 years ago when Ruchiga was still under Kabale district. A contestant known as Alfred sued Ruchiga sub-county after the sub-county officials destroyed his tree plantation. The individual later won the case and was awarded 7.5 acres of land after the sub-county failed to compensate him.
This case did not start here, but it started from a different piece of land which belonged to the government. Government had there a deep tank, and when they cut, sub-county chief and the chairman cut the trees to process the timber, and then the neighbors around that place came claiming. They went to court. In the long run, the sub-county lost the case. And when they lost, sub-county lost the case, it was charged 12 million point something, and we did not have money at that time. And then the court decided to attach our land.
Efforts by government officials, including a directive from President Museveni to pay off Alfred to recover the land, have all failed.
The time he came to the Commissioner of Lands, the President said that he should be compensated.
The land houses main market and football pitch, and officials now fear that the new owner could evict them. This is not the only land conflict in Ruchiga district. According to the district land officer, there are numerous land conflicts emanating from land fragmentation in Ruchiga.
I think in Ruchiga district we have an issue of land fragmentation, that people have small pieces of land which are separate from each other. And that makes it now difficult on issues of surveying, because there are two different pieces in different areas. Then too, because the population in Kigezi in general and Ruchiga in particular is growing, the families have had to share properties among the children, because we have the issue of inheritance of land as a culture in the Kigezi region and in Ruchiga in particular. So you find a family has small piece of land but many children, so they have to fight for those small pieces of land.
These matters were established during the second day of Land Awareness Week for Kigezi sub-region, and partners including Pelam Uganda, a land right advocate organization, pledges to pick them up for follow-up.
You can clearly see that some effort is there to help the people, but then the issues are just too many. And I think for Kigezi sub-region, the issues are too many because, one, there is a lot of land fragmentation. The population is really high vis-a-vis the available land. And then so there are issues within the neighbors. And some issues actually land use related. Like we've realized that a number of community members are complaining about their neighbors who plant eucalyptus trees in lowlands where they grow their crops, making their land barren, infertile, and therefore seeking for support. How can they be supported in such, in terms of land use planning, and maybe having a necessary bylaws and ordinances on where should such trees be planted?
Philip Aguta, UBC News in Ruchiga district.
Thanks, Philip, for that story there. Detective Corporal Wambale Peter, the scene of crime officer in the case where 19 civilians are accused of killing police officers, disclosed to court a sketch map and exhibits from the scene of crime. Meanwhile, 2 witnesses testified in the case where 8 people are accused in the murder of Sheikh Masood Mutumba.
The 8 suspects in the murder of Sheikh Masood Mutumba in Bujiri district appeared at the General Court Martial in Machinde before Chairman Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe for the hearing of the case. Prosecution presented 2 witnesses to court. Safiat Nabidie, the widow to the deceased Sheikh Mutumba, who pinned Sulaiman Kunta to be behind the murder of her husband. According to Nabidie, following the prolonged land battles between the two, this may have led to the murder of her husband.
Weyagwa najiwa kumugema ngali kuva omusaayi mu munwa ni mu nnindo kujja okubona ng'afiire nafuna okufumintiriza mu bwongo n'alowooleza n'akoba nti Sulaiman Konta yawoza naye itaka aboneka nga n'akoze kino kuba bali amuwoninga ng'ati bw'otavwa mu itaka ndida akuyita.
Musa Kanabira, a son to the deceased, was the second witness in this matter. Kanabira told court that on the 14th of February 2022, while taking a bath, he heard gunshots and later found his dead father inside the house.
Olwabona omuntu n'aseeta kumwetegereza mbu naye wali wakalikiriza namubona ng'alina ekintu ekyefaananikiza ose emundu.
Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe adjourned the matter to the 12th of September 2022 for further hearing. The 8 accused persons in the murder of Sheikh Masood Mutumba include LDU Mugoya Balidusa, Mugoya Abiasari, Amos Koja, Kunta Sulaiman, Mwanda Charles, Jagena John Henry, and Mugoya Alex. In another development, the 19 suspects in the murder of murdering police officers in different parts of the country, prosecution has presented the 10th witness in court. Detective Corporal Wambale Peter, the scene of crime officer, disclosed to court a sketch map and exhibits from the scene of crime.
My lord, the next photo shows close-up photo of the magazine. The next is the dark blue jacket with suspected blood stains in the enveloped plot of land down. So in the same access route, that was the red t-shirt under the scene and the damaged part of headset.
Among the exhibits presented to court include a magazine containing 30 rounds of ammunition, clothes, among others. The murdered police officers include, among others, Police Constable Chigongo Moses, Captain Subuga Francis, Superintendent of Police Dampa Francis, and Corporal Okech Alfred. The 19 suspects are said to belong to a terrorist group, Uganda National Coalition Force for Change. They are facing 7 counts related to murder, aggravated robbery, treason, among others. Court will resume on the 5th of September 2022. Natong Rebecca, UBC News.
A Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Monica Musenero, has promised to support Muslims to meet their targets as they start to sensitize on kinds of consumables accepted by Muslims. Musenero was addressing Muslims at the 3-day event organized by leaders of Islamic faith to sensitize on eats consumed by Muslims.
The Muslim fraternity from 22 countries have organized a training on consumables accepted by Muslims. Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Monica Musenero, has appreciated the move and pledged support to see that every faith is respected.
I want to appreciate what the Muslim leaders are doing for this country. And if we can focus all the faiths, in addition to whatever else you're teaching, we focus on developing the nation, developing the people.
She says there are laboratories for testing the consumables, equipped with machines to test all products.
I don't know whether other people find joy or believe that God has joy in poor worshippers. I find that God, in whatever faith is expressed, associates with wealth. And you can see that the higher the leaders in all our faiths, the more exquisite the garments.
Rector Ismail Jagenda from Islamic University in Uganda, that have spearheaded the sensitization, has hope that the target will be met.
The Uganda National Bureau of Standards, whose mandate is to ensure that fake products don't come to the market. And I think that's why UNBS is also happy that IUIU has brought this international workshop here. We are going to work with government, we are going to work with UNBS to ensure that we do our part in ensuring that our products are halal and before they go to the market.
The Nigerian Muslim Students Association in Uganda leader Aliyu Hussein asserts that this sensitization has given them an overview on what is supposed to be eaten by Muslims.
Today's conference, when the minister joined, Minister of Science and Technology, she emphasized, and also the standard, Ugandan standard, Beru, also obliged to what these professors have said, and we have really learned as Africans, as Nigerians, as Ugandans, so that we can find a solution and a very good food, science and technology in our system.
Over 22 countries worldwide have participated in the training of scientists to sensitize on consumables accepted by Muslims.
Police officers in Elgon region have been elevated and decorated with a call to tirelessly protect residents that are in disaster-prone areas of Bugesu. During the decoration of 8 police officers, Elgon Region Police Commander, Assistant Commissioner of Police Wesley Nganizi, said the community needs police support following occurrences of disasters in the region.
Police officers in Elgon region have been tasked to provide support to the community living in disaster-prone areas during the decoration of 8 police officers at one early division council offices in Mbale City. Elgon Region Police Commander Wesley Nganizi challenged the officers to respond to disaster occurrences, which calls for the decorated officers to protect residents' disaster-prone areas.
People to move in areas which have been spotted to be vulnerable. So let's take it as one of the critical area, focus areas to keep monitoring to ensure that we protect the public. It's a very serious problem. And it is us who have a serious role to play to protect the public from those dangers.
The officers elevated include SP Musana Moses, SP Okumo William, SP Sempa James, among others. This elevation calls for commitment to work.
Those of you who have been promoted, we expect to see you do things differently. And when you talk of different, not negatively but positively, the new rank should bring in more value to the organization.
The Elgon Region Police spokesperson Taitika Rogers decried the rampant suicidal acts in the region, where on average 3 people commit suicide in a week.
You may find that in Isronko you can get such cases at least thrice a week. When you come to Bulambuli, the same. And remember, these, some of them, they happen and they don't report to police, meaning that there is a very big increase in such incidents. The problem is serious that requires us to team.
The Mbale City Resident Commissioner Ahmada urged the locals in disaster-prone areas to vacate areas and settle in safe areas.
Tukubira abantu bonna omulanga abali mu bitundu ebyo ebyakosebwa amataba era wali mu bitundu ebirina akabenja ak'amazzi ate okuddamu ne gayitira we gali ne gonoona ebintu byabwe baleme kuddayo. Ebitundu ebyo tubireke biddeyo binywere nga bibeerako omuddo waggulu so that enkuba bw'etonya amazzi ganyikira naye tegasimbula ttaka kudduka nalyo ne gatuleetera omutawaana nga guno gwe twafa.
To Gulu now, where authorities in Gulu City have expressed readiness to receive President Yoweri Museveni, who is to officiate the International Youth Day celebrations in the city.
City prepares to host President Yoweri Museveni to celebrate inter-regional solidarity and creation for a world for all ages. The resident city commissioner, Jane Francis Okili, has assured the entire visitors who are coming of their safety.
For our guests who are coming to Gulu City, come rest assured that we are on top of security and the environment is very conducive. We will receive you, of course, we expect the actually traditional foods and the actually dance.
Venetia Anyango, female youth representative Gulu City Council, expects the president to enlighten and commit support to youth groups who are now engaging in value addition of different products in Gulu City.
If the government could allow these youth gather together and we give them all the machinery needed to produce more liquid soap so that we can be supplying the government institutions and the hospitals of the government, and they pay these youths who are making this liquid soap locally, other than only giving them to the already established companies. It would be also one of the things that we would request the president to put emphasis on.
Meanwhile, Daniel Rubanga Ken expects the president to address the issue of capacity building and youth inclusion into the current job market.
Our youth, they are lacking a lot of jobs. If we have time, we shall talk to the president so that president should answer to us how youth of this country should be involved in government job. So,
International Youth Day celebration is always done on the 12th August, but Uganda has pushed this year's international celebration to 25th August as to enable the president to officiate the program in person.
Gulu ready to receive President Museveni. A Ministry of Water and Environment has started restoring the diminishing river Kochi, which is one of the major rivers in West Nile sub-region in the Upper Nile Management 1. Human activities have led to degradation of river banks and wetlands along Kochi River that runs through Koboko and Yumbe to enter into the Nile River from Obongi district.
This is River Kochi, 5 kilometers away from Uganda's border with the Democratic Republic of Congo in Media Sub-County, Koboko District. The Media Sub-County Chairman, Bran Atikule, tells the condition of River Kochi.
The situation now of Kochi is bad. I want to say it's very alarming. One, trees have disappeared. Two, if you move at the river banks, all almost 50% of population have now encroached for economic activities. So as now I talk, I think Kochi is going from where it used to be to another direction.
Experts say human activities in wetlands along River Kochi could cause its extinction in future. Poverty seems to be the major factor forcing communities to encroach on wetlands.
When you go in the midstream, that is in Yumbe, you find that all the rivers which are feeding into Kochi have been encroached on. One of them is River Ki, another one is River Kochi. All of them have been degraded with human activities, with sand mining. Our farmers have encroached on all the wetlands there, and they are cultivating tobacco, they are cultivating the sweet potatoes, and this has depleted all the wetlands. And yet downstream in Obongi, our people are facing a lot of flooding because we are not conserving them upstream side.
The threat to River Kochi are reasons the Ministry of Water and Environment got 4.7 billion shillings World Bank funding to implement integrated water management and development project on River Kochi.
Now, this project is aimed at supporting communities to implement management measures in Kochi sub-catchment, and it was arrived at following prior and numerous studies to assess the status of the environment with regard to water and other natural resources within the sub-catchment. These processes involved or originated from the catchment management planning processes that were instituted to prepare a catchment management plan for Albert Nile catchment, which identified quite a number of hotspots within the sub-catchments that constitute this catchment of Albert Nile. Now, one of the sub-catchments that had really heavily degraded hotspots within their sub-catchments was found in Kochi.
264 kilometers of River Kochi will be restored as it is in the Upper Nile Management Zone. Joseph Odamam, UBC News.
It's coming to 12 minutes to 11 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll take yet another short break and return with the latest in business.
Quatesimu! Get the 4G smartphone of your dreams today and pay as you use. Choose from the Tecno Pop 5 Pro, Tecno Pova Neo, Samsung A03 Core or Nokia C10 and pay conveniently in daily, weekly and monthly installments for a period of a year using Airtel Money. You will also enjoy free 3GB and 100% bonus data on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months. Visit any D-Lite shop or select Airtel Money branches countrywide and get one today. Terms and conditions apply. Airtel, the smartphone net.
My name is Charles Peter Maiga, the Katikiro of Buganda. It's very important to groom and nurture our children into responsible citizens. But that doesn't mean that we've got to beat them up, got to hurt them. I think we need to groom our children into people who have self-worth. That will enable us to have citizens who will be responsible and who will also look at violence with disdain.
Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising voices.
Uganda Land Owners Association welcomes you to the Land Use Exhibition, the first of its kind in Uganda. Do you want to learn how to use and earn from your land, or you need information on how to manage your land? Come and be part of this exhibition, which will start from the 31st of August to the 1st of September at Umasho Grounds, Nakawa Multipurpose Hall. Don't miss a session which will tackle land matters in broad discussions at only 5,000 shillings. Small and large-scale business owners, you're invited to showcase your commodities. To be part of this exhibition, call 0701 111 401 or 0772 446 507. The Land Use Exhibition is organized by the Uganda Land Owners Association, sponsored by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC.
Ni
Nivana wafe twenywele, nivana wafe twenywele, nivana wafe tunyola. Eish, 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 eish. Nivana wafe tunyola. For more goals, kumala kenyonta.
Nirvana packaged drinking water is a product of Crown Beverages Limited, makers of Pepsi products. That's life. That's Nirvana.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello?
This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it? Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagements with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back. Let's have the latest in business. The Dairy Development Authority of Uganda has committed to tackle non-tariff barriers to the sector while launching Milk Cans Revolving Fund by Haifa International. The head of technical services in the authority, Kankiza Samson, reiterated the need for adoption of modern farming practices to meet modern market.
Non-tariff barriers on Uganda's dairy products have been attributed on substandard quality and poor handling. Market feeders are not aware of the modern practices required in the dairy business.
Especially on dairy exports, with our neighbors in Kenya and other neighboring countries. This has a negative effect, especially when we are expanding our markets, because as we know, all the milk we produce here locally, we can't consume and finish it. So we need to really work out a solution to have a harmonized way of accessing these export markets.
The dynamic demands of the sector warrants farmers to adopt effective mechanization for the value chain enhancement.
One of the production issue that we have been trying to address is to make sure that the farmers can now go into pasture conservation, but also plant pastures and store forage during the plenty, and can feed the cows during the drought.
Haifa International has committed at least 200 million shillings revolving fund through dairy cooperatives to access modern milk cans and dairy supporting machinery.
All these efforts are being made because we are being conscious of the climate change, and we have to adopt production and productivity enhancement and quality management practices that can help us to maximize the revenues within the dairy sector.
With the ban of vending milk in plastic jerrycans, the Dairy Development Authority has assured sector stakeholders of support to adopt alternatives.
Checklist is to make sure that they have food-grade handling utensils. And at farm level, we are also giving them access to the cans, but also emphasizing on milk handling at farm.
Heifer International is working with Abbey Development Limited, Jessa Farm, to extend services to different sector players and also address non-tariff barriers, especially for exports, in achieving a transformative dairy industry. Lydia Chomkama, UBC News.
Now, the Office of the President in charge of Diaspora Affairs, together with the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, have organized a one-day migrant stakeholders run slated for the 2nd of October 2022. While addressing journalists in Kampala today, the senior presidential advisor in charge of the diaspora affairs, Haji Abe Walusimbi, said this round will devise means of reducing labor exploitation, especially of youth who seek employment from the diaspora. The round will be carried out under the theme Enhancing Safe Labor Migration.
Office of the President, Diaspora Affairs, has organized Migrant Stakeholders Run 2022, scheduled for Sunday, October 2nd, 2022, at the Kololo Independence Ground, starting at 6 a.m. under the theme Enhancing Safe Labor Migration. This event is a follow-up on the high-level diaspora and labor externalization symposium that was organized by our office in May 2022. This will provide a platform for more stakeholders' engagement to advance the call for safe labor migration and highlight possible ways of addressing the challenges in the sector. The event will as well highlight the different success stories and milestones achieved by different players within the industry. The chief runner will be the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Robina Nabanja. His Excellency the President call upon the public, the returnees, the immigrant workers' families and friends, recruitment companies, government ministries, departments and agencies to participate in this program.
Finally, let's have a look at sports, and in our local sports roundup, we focus on the impact of the FUFA Drum tournament that has not taken place, that did not take place for 2 years due to the impact of COVID-19. We're also going to look at the national handball team that is likely to miss out on the African tournament due to lack of fans.
That the FUFA Drum tournament round of 16 was a success. This comes after the huge turn-up of spectators in different regions for the games. The FUFA Drum tournament, that is sponsored by Now Breweries, had been halted for 2 years after the effects of COVID-19, and since its return, competition has been stiff. So far, Bugisu region, Lango, Teso, Toro are some of the regions that have progressed to the quarterfinals. FUFA introduced the drum football tournament aimed at taking the game to the masses based on provinces in Uganda. The games are played between 16 provinces of Uganda, and it is run based on the FUFA competition regulations. Meanwhile, the national handball team is likely to miss the Africa Youth Handball Tournament due to lack of funds. The games set for the 30th of this month in Kigali, Rwanda, will host the best handball teams in Africa.
Like, we had to qualify. We qualified when we were in Algiers, and our team qualified in the zone. So that's why we are in AFCON in Rwanda. And if we don't take part, the fact that we qualified, if we don't take part, we pay 50,000 euros as fine. And yet, going to participate, does not even cost us 20,000 euros.
Regardless of limited funds, the team continues to train with hope.
The coaches and the players were only preparing to play. For us, we are getting ready to represent the country and also perform. We are not going to participate, but to compete, and we want to meet the target of qualifying for World Championship.
Time has not been that long, but we had a fixed program, nationals, then the league was going on. So we had like, this is the second week around. But I think we have done a lot because playing in the league has helped us gain some experience. And also the nationals in Lira also helped us a lot.
Uganda is in the same group with Libya, Congo, and Morocco. This will be the first time Uganda is competing in the Africa Handball Youth Games.
And we do hope that funds will be available so that our team can go to Kigali and participate rather than waiting to pay a fine. And with that story, we've almost come to the end of this bulletin. But before we leave you, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, NEMA reactivates eviction of all encroachers on Lubiji wetland. Kosase issues fresh summons to Uganda Airlines CEO Jennifer Bamturaki. Uganda to host all airlines on the African continent. And in sports, Federation of Football Association affirms success of the Fufa Drum Tournament. And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Edward Kiijanangoma. I'll see you tomorrow, but for now, I'll leave you with Kutesa Mili with the weather forecast for tomorrow. Kutesa.
Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Tessa Mili with your weather update. We are having a reduction in weather activities, more especially in the central and southern part of our country, but the northern part of our country is still experiencing light isolated thunder showers. This is due to the ridging over the tip of South Africa that is pushing the rainbow to far northwestern of our country, bring us the rains that we are having in the northwestern of our regions. Though, despite the fact of that, we still have moist winds that are blowing from Indian Ocean towards our country in combination with local effects like Victoria is the rainfall that we're having lately. Tomorrow morning, though, we expect to wake up with light showers in the central part of our country, most especially in Kampala and Masaka, but the rest of the central is expected to have sunny intervals. The eastern part of our country is expected to have sunny intervals apart from Salty with light showers, and the western part of our country is still expected to have sunny intervals apart from Masindi with light showers, apart from the northern part of our region we are seeing most parts of it having light or thunder showers apart from Kochi. After an hour, though, we expect a pickup of light thunder showers in Nakasongola at a maximum 28 degrees Celsius and sunny intervals most parts of the country at a 27 degrees maximum across our capital city, Kampala. And the eastern part of our country is expected to have a highest of 30 degrees Celsius across Tororo with light isolated showers. And the western part of our country is expected to have a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius across Kasese with sunny intervals and 28 across Masindi with light isolated thunder showers. Northern part of our country is expected to have light isolated thunder showers at a maximum 30 degrees Celsius. It's moving out of Uganda, touring the few cities across the globe we have for you. Like London is expected to have sunny intervals, Cairo with sunny conditions in combination with New York at a maximum of 41 degrees Celsius across Cairo, and a neighborhood of Nairobi with sunny intervals at a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Tessa Mili. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.
Deeper conversation.
How many teachers in Uganda
did you consult? But there's a mistake we are making.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Which is good. We went to this school, we ran it to Western, we ran it to Northern, we ran it, then you come.
Isn't that an achievement?
Objective and non-partisan.
Honorable Minister, there were a number of points. I want to start with you.
Straight from the hearts of open-minded men and women.
Money tends to move faster at night.